So LVM management is one of the major topic into the Unix, especially disk management. So usually we are calling as a disk management. What is a disk management? How you are maintaining the, for example, if you go into the Windows, you are managing C drive, you are managing D drive, you are managing E drive. So if coming to the fundamental, you will be having your hard disk. On top of your hard disk, you are creating drivers or disk. Let it be C disk or E disk or F disk or whatever it may be. So on top of that, you people are storing the data. So this is the major concept we are using into the Windows environment. Nothing but, so on top of your hard disk, you are directly installing your operating system. Once you install, immediately you can create the file system. C drive is a by default file system. It is created by default. E and F are the user file systems, nothing but user drives. So there, if the user is need to store the data will be stored into the E drive and F drive. So here, what is the major difference between the Windows and the Linux environment? So coming to the Linux environment, majorly we are going with the methodology. For example, hard disk. On top of your hard disk, you are going to install the PV, and let me complete the review total structure, then I will explain you one by one. On top of PV, you are creating the volume group. On top of the volume group, you are creating the LV. On top of the LV, you are creating the mount point, means file system. So once you created the mount point, automatically, on top of that you are creating the file system, that is called MKFS. Okay, so on top of that you are creating you are mounting the devices, means source plus destination. Okay, so what is the difference here, both of them? See, first of all, the terminologies we need to understand. What is a PV? I don't know what exactly the PV is. What is a PV? First of all, PV is nothing but physical volume. What is a physical volume? Physical volume means, what is that? I don't know. Okay, physical volume is nothing but it's created on top of the hard disk. Hard disk we are calling as block devices. What is a block devices? Where the user is not able to interact with your hardware. For example, you have a laptop. The laptop, whatever may be the configuration, your hard disk will be 10 TB of terabyte, 1 TB of terabyte, whatever it may be. Initial stage, without operating system, are we able to access our hard disk? We can utilize? No, right? Means the operating system only help you to create infrastructure and helping you to the environment. So here also what we are going to do it, that raw disk we are calling as a raw disk or block devices. Raw disk or block devices. These raw disk and the block devices will help you to make your server into user friendly. So first of all, you have a hard disk. Let it be your hard disk capacity is that 1 TB of data. Let it be, you can see that this is your hard disk. On top of your hard disk, first of all, you are going to make it as a number of parts. Let it be, every part we are calling as PV. Every part we are calling as, let it be PV1. Okay, so this is the PV2. PV is equals to, you can consolidate with in drivers. In Windows we have a disk right? So same thing, PV4. Okay, if you want to allocate means allocate, if you want to leave the space means we can leave PV5. means your hard disk you divided into number of small portions as per the need of users. So let it be this PV is one of the raw disk, this P2 and P3, P4, P5, these all are we are calling as raw disk. These are the raw disk of your hard disk, means where user cannot access this directly, where user cannot access this directly, user cannot perform any kind of operation directly. So once you created this one, on top of the what it will going to do it, the user is going to create a volume group. So what is a volume group? Volume group one, it is a combination of, let it be PV1 plus PV2. I have a one more volume group. Okay, so let it be VG2. It is a combination of PV3 plus PV4. Okay, this is my wish. Whatever the volume groups I want to add it, physical volumes I want to add it, that is I can add it. First of all, I need to understand what is a volume group. Volume group. So the volume group is the reference of, it is collection of physical volumes. The collection of physical volumes we can combinedly group together as volume group. So the volume group is a reference of the collection of PVs. For example, what is the difference majorly in Windows and here doing Windows? Once you created a hard disk, immediately you are creating the disk. In this portion, we are performing 3 steps. In fact, 4 steps. All the 4 steps is somewhat extra here. Where coming to here, directly we are creating and directly we are not mounting, directly we are accessing and we are creating files. We are watching the movies, we are performing all the type of actions. We are not bothering about anything. We are coming to here, we are performing lot of actions with the help of some other things also. Okay, why we need to do it? So go little bit of later. See, first of all, physical volume is a representation of raw disk. The raw disk is nothing but the block disk where user is not able to access nothing but your hard disk. The hard disk is created into the number of small portions. That portions will be allocation renamed as PV1, physical volume 1, physical volume 2, physical volume 3, physical volume 4, like that. Once it is created, on top of that we are creating the volume group. So volume group is a kind of the virtual storage. It will be the collection of PVs like a PV1, PV2, PV3, PV4. The collection of PVs will be clubbed together. So once we created all the things, on top of that we are going to create a logical volume. On top of that we are going to create a logical volume. So on top, what is a logical volume? First of all, I don't know what is a LV. LV is referring of logical volume. So the logical volume is nothing but it's created on top of volume group virtually. So virtually we are creating. So whatever we are creating, it is happening virtually. We are not understanding that if we cannot visible those things and all, how they are creating those type of the things. It is taken care by the operating system only. But what exactly we need to know fundamental of the thing is that when the LVM is LV logical volume is created from the virtual groups, then we'll go to the one step back, one step up. Okay, we are creating. Let me complete the scenario, then only you can understand the purpose of the things and all. Here one MKFS, here one MKFS, here one MKFS. On top of that, here one mount point, here one mount point, here one mount point. So here I'm creating the MKFS. So MKFS is nothing but creation of the file system. The creation of the file system. See, in Windows we are having the two file systems. One is that NTFS and another one is that FAT32. These are the two file systems we are having into the Windows environment. Whereas coming to here, we will be having some sort of additional things also, like mkfs.ext3, 4 or XFS. So as per the need of the requirement, I am going to perform the thing mkfs.ext4. So I'm creating the file system. On top of that, I'm going to mount to the server. Ashwin, so do you have the understanding of little bit of this one, right? Already? Any idea?
Yes, sir.
You have some idea, right?
Which one is? Yeah, I have a bit basic idea on this.
Okay, basic idea you have, right? So then
Yeah.
we'll go one by one. So the thing is that, especially coming to the interviews, people will ask you that the questions on scenario based. Okay, for example, your hard disk you are divided into PBs. That's fine. PB will be having some set of the consumptions. Nothing but let it be every PB will be the capacity of, let it be 10 GB. 10 GB is the capacity of your PB. Right now, your volume group is the capacity of 20 GB, right? Your volume
Yeah.
is the capacity of PV1 plus PV2 is 20 GB. So, what is the benefit of LVM? See, coming to the Windows, we are completing very simplest and sweetest way. Okay, one shot we can completing creation, allocation, accessing, mounting, everything we are completing. Why we need to go for this much of complexity? The major benefits of the LVM management is that dynamic allocation means never ever we no need to go for the downtime of server or reboot mechanism to reflect the changes. No need to go for the downtime. And one of the major benefit is that kernel will take care of all changes and help you to perform rebuilding and repair work also. Rebuilding and repair work also perform. What is a rebuilding? For example, let it be your Windows server, due to the some of the reason your C drive is corrupted. Okay, your C drive is you are not able to put up the server, your C drive is corrupted. Immediately what it will going to be happen? It will going to be make you the problematic situation. Your operating system won't be bootable, right? So the thing is that we don't have any option. We have to go with the repairing of mechanism. Let it be you have a D drive. Accidentally you deleted, or at the time of, as I said you earlier, in booting process. In booting process, what is a BIOS will do? BIOS will going to revalidate. The BIOS will going to validate all IO devices, right? All the IO devices means that should be including of your file systems. Your file system also going to be validated and is going to be rechecked at the same moment of the time. So let it be at the moment of the time you will be having the some file system. Actually, you remember yesterday we had a discussion. Let it be you have a one file system. Okay, that system is let it be NFS or Samba or any kind of the file system. Due to the some of the reason, okay, the server is you rebooted the server, The BIOS is not allowing to skip that one. Nothing but the server is into the maintenance mode. The server is nothing but it is into the maintenance mode. What is the maintenance mode? Maintenance mode is something like that your BIOS not allowing file system check to pass. It's not passing the file system. It's expecting repair file system. It is expecting that, so it is doing the validation. For example, at the time of corona, everyone is doing the nothing but whether you have a virus or not, right? Nothing but they're doing the scanning. Okay, so at the time of the scanning, what it will be happening, immediately it will going to be find out that your scanning is not passed. So immediately they say that no, as per the policy we have to pass the mechanism. For that one, what we need to do it, we have only one option is that we have to repair your check. Nothing but you need to go to the blood checkup, or you need to quarantine for some time, or you need to wait for the policies as per the need and expectation. So same thing. This maintenance mode I will cover you later, but I'm just giving the glance. Okay, so in maintenance mode what we will do, we are giving the root password. Root password we will provide. Okay, so Najee, you remember yesterday when you were trying to access the server, you tried
Yes, sir.
to skip the button called escape. Automatically the boot prompt came. You remember?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So nothing but your operating system is means your booting process is pushing you to validate everything. Means 27, 30, 31, 32, like that you will see the percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Means till it 100% completed. Nothing but full-fledged of body scan of everything. It is completed. Everything is sorted out. Then only it will allow you to do the services. But coming to the reality, due to some of the reason you don't want to wait that time. In that time operating system is sometimes only giving the privileges to skip it, but not every time. For example, 2 to 3 times you are skipping, fourth time it will cut you that no, this time I cannot provide you the leverages. You have to go with mechanism of FSCK. What is FSCK? File system check. FSCK is nothing but file system check. So what exactly this FSCK will do means the FSCK will help you out to repair file system. For example, let it be here. If you can see that df-h. Okay, so if you can go through this one, so ls-l. Okay, so there is some sort of the files will be there, or some sort of information will be there. This all the things how the kernel is loading means the kernel will be the very responsible care of this particular file system. They are going to hold every pin to pin information. That pin to pin information we are calling as journaling. So this is again we will be having the session, don't worry. Okay, journal. What is a journaling? Collection of all logs of file system. Collection of all the log file system will be holding of. It is called journaling mechanism. So here what exactly will be do by LVM? The LVM is a very fast date and it will be logged immediately. So to overcome that one, what we are going to do it, okay, the LVM will support dynamic changes by journaling. Journaling is a part of file system, nothing but ext3, 4 and xfs file system. So these are the different type of the file system will help you out to allocate the spaces. Nothing but it will allocating the dynamic changes. For example, your file system having a problem also.
Just 1 minute. I had dropped off due to network connection issue. Can you please explain last few
No issue, no issue. It's recorded. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So the thing is that when you are journaling a problem also, for example, yeah, whenever your file system is having the issue, it is not able to pass the any bias. So automatically what it will going to be happening, your journaling will help you out to sort out the issue. Your journaling will coming into the picture of sorting out the issue by using the every logs, what are the changes are done, what are the, you can see that journal CTL. So the journal CTL is the command. It will help you out. Every information will be log captured. Second by second, minute by minute, everything it will be captured. This journaling mechanism is nothing but auditing of logs. Nothing but every log will be captured. So your kernel by using this journaling mechanism, it will sort out, it will help you out to create or repair the file system at the moment of BIOS. So bias is a very important. When bias is not support, nothing but bias time when the checkings are not completed, your operating system will be not at all movable. So this is the one of the case. So let me go to the
So this journal CTL till where the logs will be collected, starting from BIOS till what step the logs are
no,
collected?
every day it will be capturing.
So, but there should be a step. No, we can't see all the messages, right? Until it will show only few messages to what stage, like the booting process stage. I'm
Now
asking.
only the booting process will be having the nothing booting information, that is the boot logs.
Boot logs.
Example, if you can see that here the boot logs, see http logs and all here, if you can see that the boot logs will be capturing information of all the bootable information. Messages is the capturing of all the messages information. Journaling, what it will hold you, the journaling is a kind of the concept. It will hold the information of only your file system, but in depth of the information is captured by the your messages.log. You got point, right?
So this is
So
only having file system information.
yes, only file system information. The concept of the mechanism is that we are having a majorly in our environment ext2, ext3, ext4. These are the different file system. Another one is xfs file system.
XFS.
Okay, so what is the difference between the major? See, the thing is that when you're going with a Red Hat 6 before, from 6 and before the operating system and all, we are using the ext2, ext3, ext4 mechanism, where from Red Hat 7 onwards we are using the concept called xfs mechanism. The xfs mechanism will help you to push the environment, nothing but it will help you to extend the file systems or additional features, virtualization, cloud features. Okay, this type of lot of security features are also embedded into the xfs file system. And apart from that, there is a document also there. See, actually So whenever we are performing any kind of operations, this FSCK will help you out. For example, you want to repair any file system. We are using the FSCK mechanism. I will show you that one later on for the knowledge purpose only. I am showing you the things and all. So let me go to the topic. I don't want to be confused unnecessarily. So the thing is that ext2, ext3, ext4, these are the file system we majorly we are startingly using from the Red Hat 6 and before version. From Red Hat 7 version onwards, we are using the mechanism called okay XFS mechanism. So the concept is that this will be having the less capacity. Okay, less capacity means that should be less than 1 TB. So that the capacity will be less than 1 TB. But whereas XFS is starting from the minimum 1 TB to 16 TB, more also. Sometimes it will be more also. We have nothing but for only logs, this much of the capacity also we can increase. So that is one of the main advantages of XFS. And the next thing is that like ext2, ext3 not support journal, means there is no concept of the journaling, where ext4 support but minimal. Okay, nothing but for example the capacity of the already is less than 1 TB, right? It is not supporting full-fledgedly, nothing but up to some 50 GB, 60 GB, 70 GB, some limited support only will support it. But whereas it will be having the cumulative amount, nothing but when coming to the XFS mechanism, it will support okay 1 TB above, nothing but it will support the full-fledged support, nothing but no need to bother about okay whether you are going to be problematic. Here it will be support full-fledgedly. So that is one of the major advantage. So when we need to take a decision whether the file system is created ext or XFS, for example you are performing some sort of the actions, nothing but temporarily you are mounting the one file system just to copy the data. In that time, why you need to bother about the logs and all? You are using for the temporary purpose. Then you are going with the ext mechanism. For example, you are going with the mechanism of high-end operations. For example, let it be NFS or cluster mechanism, any kind of operations. In that time, I am going with the XFS mechanism. Means that based on your operation dedication, based on your needs, we are creating the file system. And make sure that in interviews also some sort of the questions people will ask, okay, how you will decide that which file system you need to create, and you need to answer that we are not the decision maker to create any file system. The decision is coming from the server owners or business partners, whoever will be the managing the server owners. From them only we are get the clarity of the details, what is the status of the server, what is the expectation, each and everything. Based on that only we are going to create the things, whether they need XFS or they need ext2 or ext3, whatever may be. Okay, so let it be, this is about the some sort of basic information about ext2 and the XFS file system. So hope you understand. Any doubts,
No, sir.
Ashwini?
No,
Okay.
no doubt.
So now we will go with a little bit of scenario. So first scenario will be, we will attach a disk. Let me go to the scenario 1. So the scenario is that first of all we are attaching 10 GB disk to server. From that read PV, VG, LV and mount the disk. So user requirement is that create /app file system on server 192.168.215.3. Okay, and the type should be EST3. Okay, and allocation should be 4 GB only. We need to allocate for APP file system. We should not be allocate all the 10 GB. The requirement is that only allocate 4 GB. You got my point, right? So let
Yeah.
it be how you are going with the practicals. So first of all, before going into the practicals, first of all we need to collect the info. What is the collection of info? First of all, before taking the decision, we need to check we have a file system or not. Sometimes user don't know with the same name another file system will be there. Okay, so that is one of the thing. Second thing is that we have a space in volume group. Third thing is that do we have LVM based, non LVM based? What is LVM based? Creation of the PV, VZ, LV, this we are calling as LVM based. Non LVM based means what? Okay, don't need to create everything, directly perform the operation simply. That is we are calling as non LVM based. Let me try for the non LVM based. Okay, let me try for the both scenarios one by one. So let me see that here. So now what we are going to do means we are going to attach a disk. First of all, we are going to attach a disk to the server first of all. Then we are going to perform the operations. So first of all, let me go to the topic here. First of all, we need to go to the server VMware. So these are my VMware. Right click on that one, go to the settings. Okay, so right click, go to the settings, and for example you can see that this is my primary disk. Okay, sorry, yeah, this is my primary disk I created. So here let me go to the add, select the same thing, add a hard disk, click on that one. SCSI is recommendable. Click on this one, create a virtual disk. Okay, choose for the option give virtual direct access to the local. Okay, here let it be I am attaching some 8 GB. Allocate all disk space now. So Najay, you are using this option, right? Split the virtual disk into the multiple files.
No, sir, but yesterday we have
Store the virtual disk
single
as a
file.
single file. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let me go to the store the virtual disk as a single file. Let me try. Okay. So I'm creating demo 9. Finish. So let me see and click on OK. So right now I'm into the server. Okay, let me see some sort of the basic things. First of all, I need to check df-th. T is nothing but a type. So right now I'm not having any kind of file system in slash app. So that is a primary thing. And lsblk is a command list the block devices. ls is nothing but list, blk is nothing but the
block.
block devices. So these are the block devices which is listed over into the my operating system side. Let it be these are the disk, it is listed. So here I'm going to perform the some sort of operation. For example, right now I added a 8 GB. You can see that here 8 GB is not reflected. Okay, so let me check fdisk
FNL.
hyphen l. Hyphen l also listing that. Okay, fdisk is nothing but functional disk. All the raw disk information will be there here. You can see that these are the disks which is allocated, and these are the some sort of additional disks which are mounted to the server for specific reason. Okay, let it be these are the part of, see now everything is something like that is allocated. Okay, so there is a some sort of additional, but 8 GB is not listing over there. When 8 GB is not listing over there, we are going with a scanning option, nothing but scan the devices by using the for loop. So what exactly this command will do means, this command will help you to scan the devices. For example, if it scan also not happen means we need to go for the reboot.
So in VMware, how do we select the server? They would specify the server
No,
name,
we are
right?
not selecting the server since we are into the test environment. Here, there also we are only performing. Here also they are only performing. For example, in the production environment, when the client said that we have to extend the 5 GB, 10 GB or something. Okay, from the server level, what we are going to see that from the server level we are going to validate whether we have a volume group, we have a PVs, okay, we have a space or not. We are going to validate only. For example, if we don't have the space, then we need to request to the storage team. Who is the storage team? If it's a VMware means VMware team is the storage team. Okay, if for example IBM storage and the EMC storage or whoever may be the different, then we need to raise a request to that this particular IP address, this particular server. We need a 10 GB LUN. What is a LUN? LUN.
Logical unit.
So logical unit number. From our end, it is nothing but one portion of storage area. But when coming to the storage end, this will be the some kind of unique space. It will be having the some code mechanism. That code we are calling as WWN, worldwide number. So this will be having the unique identification from the storage end. Okay, this particular number we are allocated to the server. That is what people will be going to be updating. So from the storage point of view, from the production point of view, we are not the performer of storage devices. Storage devices will be performed by the storage team only, not we. Okay.
So when we don't have space in volume group, then we have to request storage team
Yeah.
to add the
For
space.
example, you have a space in volume group right now. Okay,
Mm.
so I can go with the same thing, nothing but for example, okay, with the same thing, I can create it and I can perform it. But the thing is that let it be, if you don't have the space means I have to raise a request. So how you are going to raise a request? The request will be going into the same order, nothing but for example IPR. If you go into the IPR, this is the server address. Okay, so I storage team, we need 10 GB LUN for the server one. Let it be for the server 192.168.216.2 and environment means it's a product
Production.
or a test or development. And DC, what is a DC means?
Data center.
Center. So all the servers are not located into the same environment. It will be located into the different environments also. It will be there. So the data center location also we have to give. For example, these are the servers a part of the, let it be different environment. So I'm going to share you the information of these are the servers part of the, let it be data center New York data center. So these are the information we need to provide, and expected learn should be 10 GB.
10 GB.
So this way we are going to provide the information to the storage team. The storage team, what they will do?
Once they add this LUN, then only we will be able to add the disk.
Correct. See now
through
what?
VM.
So what I done here, I added a LUN into the here, right? I added a LUN space here. Once I added here, automatically it is not reflected, right? Once they added, then only they will send a mail to us stating that okay, as per your request, we added a 10 GB of LUN to the particular server.
Sir, after scanning that that 8 GB was showing, sir.
That 8 was?
Showing on the terminal, sir.
Yeah, it is showing now.
No, then when we have to request this, sir?
Means I didn't get you. Can you tell me once again?
No, sir. You telling if you have to request for this VM team, right?
Correct. Here my server is a virtual machine server. That is the reason I am requesting to the Vmware server. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See,
Okay. After scanning also,
So before
after scanning also, it should not reflect. Then we have to request, right?
no. See, the thing is that they will say, for example, first step is that request. Okay. First of all, not request. First, we are going with the validation of volume group. In validation of volume group, if there means we can perform from there itself. For example, if not having means, then what is the next step? Request to storage team. Okay. The storage team, what the next will, they will say that okay, I added 10 GB for server ABC. They will respond it. They will send you the one image also, image or some proof. They will send you that, but it is added to the your VMware, your infrastructure. This is we are calling as infrastructure. It is added to the your infrastructure, but it is not reflecting into the your operating system, right? For example, you can see that here in my previous case that this particular 8 GB is not reflecting into the my operating system side. So what I'm going to do it, I am just rescanning of this devices. SCSI host means Ashwini, do you remember fiber channels? Any idea?
no,
See, server to
no,
server,
I
we are
don't know.
using the RJ45. Means in your internet, you are using the one pin, right? That is we are calling as RJ45. RJ45. RJ45 cable. Same way, now you people are using the Geo fiber channels, right? You people are using the
Yes.
Geo fiber channel. What is the difference fiber and non-fiber? For example, you people might have used the dish cable, right? Like a city cable and all. Okay, and you people are using the Sun TV. What is the difference between both of them?
Cable.
Cable is a difference. That is the one thing. The transformation of data. If you can see that the fiber channels wires are very small and very thick, and it is very sharp also. Okay, and for example, if you can see that your dish cable wires, it is a very bit of strong. Okay, and moreover, the data transmission when compared to the normal cables, fiber cables, it is a very high. That is the reason we are using the for database purpose, net backup purpose, we are using the fiber channels, but that is a very costly. For example, in simplify, I want to tell you now, in your home, okay, in your bedroom you have a normal switches, right? For example, your fan, tube light, and other things. Same thing, let it be in your kitchen for the geyser, fridge, you will be have the different switches for your AC, right? Both are power only. What is the
Yes.
difference over there? Normal switches capacity is that the capacity of data transformation will be up to the some limitations. For example, your AC,
Mm.
that AC will be the capacity they need high. For example, your AC, your geyser, or your let it be fridge, mixie, those type of the set of the things, they are placing the different cables. Have you
Yeah.
people observed? It will be little bit of thin
Ye-
and it will be bit of strong also.
Mm.
Yes.
Means whenever the data
Mm.
transformation is happening very fastly, the cable will burn.
Mm.
Maybe that is the reason people will see that short circuit is happening. Why it will be happening? You are keep on owning the light for 24/7, the data will be keep on transferring. Okay, the fire will be come into the picture. Okay, means normal cables will be having the problem of these issues. That whenever you need a very clarity, that is the reason now you are seeing, right? Earlier you people are using the normal cables, like from the landline you are connecting to the internet earlier sometime back. Now people are using the directly air fibers or fiber channels, this type of the things, like our dish. Means this will be very fast, no need of dependency, but it will be cost also. So here what exactly fundamentally we are doing, if your disk is not reflecting the SCSI host, what is this SCSI host? When you are attaching the server disk, you are selecting SCSI. You remember? You see the SCSI.
Yeah.
Let me show you here. You can see that here, SCSI, right?
Mm.
This SCSI host, what I am doing on top of SCSI, whatever the host is there, just I am refreshing. The SCSI will be having the three targets. Echo 3 is a nothing but what exactly it will showing means first target device controller. So this is actually network thing. Okay, the three dots will define you the target. What is a target? Which server? Which server? Device means which device? Controller means, okay, the controllers means when you go into the storage devices, controller will be there. Means for example, maybe if you can see that in your houses you would have seen that, okay, like in your car or even your bikes or scooties, like a batteries you would have seen, right? Batteries, UPS batteries.
Yeah.
UPS batteries, on top of that
Mm.
you will see the number of controllers, like a plug in plug out, like a number of switches will be there. Have you seen that one anytime? Your battery will be there, right? On
Mm.
top of batteries some of the modules will be there.
Yes, yes.
Okay, that is what a controller. Inside battery there is a 3 to 4 segments will be there. Every segment will be having plus and minus, plus and minus. For example, your car is stopped suddenly, the they will use a jerk, nothing but they are using the mechanism of starting this one. Okay, this will help you to start your car. So that is what the controller is, a kind of the mechanism. It will give the privilege. For example, in normal words, if you want to say that means, for example, in your area you are having the water tank. Okay, that water tank is having the 4 controllers, let it be east, west, north, south. Morning they are providing the water to the east, evening they are providing to the north, like in the 4 scenarios, 4 zones. Okay, the controller is nothing but Once the controller is on for the east, the entire water will be passed to the east. That is the what.
Yes.
So the three devices, because interviews, if the guy is more fundamental guy means, mental guy means, he will ask you these. Okay, what is that? Three dots will be there. Okay, so the three dots will be target device controller. Target device controller. What exactly we are doing here? This particular path. Okay, this particular path, you will be having this many hosts right now. You are seeing, right? This many hosts are you are having. What I am doing right now, I perform the some sort of just refresh, kind of refresh, and whatever the host it is, star is nothing but whether that is a 14, 6 or whatever maybe that is, just refresh it. Just refresh the scan it, rescanning we are calling as just the rescanning of devices, nothing but. For example, we are using the F5 button, right? Like that, something like that we are creation. Okay, so once it is revert, because interview this question will ask you that the storage team mentioned that the device is added for your server, it is not reflected, what you will do? The answer to the question is that first of all I am going to validate into the lsblk command or fdisk-l command. Okay, nothing is displayed. Okay, then I will go with the mechanism of rescanning of SCSI devices by using the like a for loop we are using here, but in generally okay, SCSI host and three dots, three hyphens. So once that is done, we can see that lsblk, you can see that a disk is reflected. pv disk scan, this is also one of the command. Okay, pv display, there is one more command also there. Okay, so here now disk is displayed. So once a disk displayed, what I'm going to do it, let me go to the fundamental. Okay, now disk is displayed. On top of that I am going to create a, okay, first of all I am going to create a, now disk is there, I am going to create a PV, nothing but for example lsblk PV create. Okay, so let it be, you can go with the mechanism of lsdev /dev /stg. Oh, sorry. Yes. So this is the disk. So actually when you are prompting any disk, that should be start with a /dev. Okay, pv disk, sorry,
PV
create and the disk name, you want to create a PV into that.
PV. So that is the PV name, right?
PV
/dev/dev.
yes, that is the, we are not allocating any names, whatever the disk is come to you, we are placing the same name only. Why we are placing the dev means everything will be allocated into the dev, that is a raw disk. All the raw disk information will be under the control of dev. So we'll go to the PVS. Now your PV is reflected over there. Okay, so once it is a PV is created, next step is that we are going to VG create. So VG create, and here we need to make sure that if the user is asking to create a separate VG, then we are going with a VG. For example, here already two VGs are there. Now user is asking to, let it be, he want to create a Oracle VG. Okay, VG create and VG name. What is a VG name? For example, VG hyphen, it will be VG hyphen ORA. You want to create the Oracle VG name, Oracle, and
PV name.
PV details. VGS. Now it is created, right?
Yeah.
Now we created a VG. Now next step is that as we are going with the diagram representation, PV created, VG created, this PV is already, the PV1 is already attached to the VG1 and VG is created. Next we go with the LVM. So LVM, how we are going to create? By using the LV create. For example, this is the first time I am creating the VG, so that is the reason I am going with the LV create command. Okay, so LV create hyphen n. N is nothing but new. N is nothing but new. Okay, LV name. For example, LV hyphen OR. Okay, so something I given a LV name as a LV hyphen. LV will go with underscore. LV anything we can give it, but that's my comfortable. LV underscore OR. I given the LV underscore OR. Okay, and here where I need to create it and which VG. LV is creating on where volume group, right? Means we need to define the volume group. Okay, and you need to make sure that hyphen L is nothing but listing of, for example, we have a age. Let it be I am creating the 4 GB only I am allocating, or 2 GB only I am allocating. Okay, if you go into the comeback, LV create command for the LV creation, N is nothing but a new, and LV name hyphen L, 2G is nothing but the space what I am going to be allocating for the disk, whatever the disk I am going to allocate. So then volume group. LVS. It is created, right? You got my point, right? It is created. Now, once it is created, any doubt, ma?
No.
Okay. So once LV is created, what is my next step? Once LV is created, I am going to create a diagram representation. LV is created. Next step is file system creation. Now user is said that, okay, you have to create a proper, let it be ext4 file system. First of all, when you are going to create file system, where you are creating on LV full-fledged path, we need to get it. How you are going to get it? LV display, you can type more. Okay, why more means, for example, LV or R. This is the my LV details. Okay, slash dev. Otherwise head minus. Okay, this is the my LV details. Slash dev, whatever you created, it will be listing into the head. 20 is a kind of head is nothing but starting from the top 20 lines you can list out, top 10 lines you can list out, top 5 lines you can list out using the command called head command. So for example, this full-fledged path of my LVM, you can just reflect that slash dev VG name LV name. So on top of this, I am going to create a mkfs.ext4 space file system. So once it's created, we cannot showcase anything, but it will be reflected here. So my next step is that if you go to the requirement, user clearly said that create a, let it be instead of app or slash of one file system we need to create. First of all, before creating, I need to is there or not. It is there actually. Next step is that it is mounted or anything. It is not mounted. It is not mounted. Better I will change to that instead of Vora backup. We will take the Vora backup. let me validate. For a backup is not there. Then I need to create it for a backup. For a backup is I created. Now command is mount source. What is the source? The source is that whatever the full-fledged path of your disk and the destination. Okay, you got a point now. It's able to list down. Any doubts, ma, Ashwini?
No, or we can add the entry in FS tab and mount, right?
Yeah, we can add a FS tab. The thing is that if you are looking for the permanent fix means obviously we need to add the FS tab. So FS tab, that
Okay.
also the source, destination and file system type default
Right.
0,0. Okay. The source is nothing but source, destination, file system type is ext4, ext4
Cool.
0,0, we need to add it.
Default 0,0 means what actually?
See, actually default 0,0 means your file system, okay, automatically after root only you do sync up. You are informing to the kernel. Nothing but if you can see that here root file system is 0,0. Okay, and here if you want to update anything specific file system means 0 is nothing but start from the 0. For example, your series number will be starting from 0, 1, 2, 3. 0 is like a root. 0 is nothing but not exactly 0. Priority is 0 means you are the first. Now it's from the 0. Okay, after root file system mounted, then only sync my file system. You mention 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3 like this.
Means
For
0,12 means
0, 1 means my priority will be 0 after root file system second priority. 0, 0.
I did not. Yeah.
Let me showcase you. Now let it be this is a root file system, right? So obviously root file system is a primary, right? Let it be root you are indicating 0, 0 means 0 is nothing but first scan. Okay, so means your number is starting from the 0 to n number means so on n number. Okay, for example,
so first priority is for root file system.
That is the booting process. When you going with the booting process, your MBR, this consider this point. MBR is there, right? Okay, so let it be you are creating Vora file system. Vora file system you are giving, you should not give the 1. In nothing but you should not give the 0, 1. 0 is nothing but it is already allocated to the, this is a primary. Do you know major minor number? Major minor number means, for example, you have a Windows 10.0 version. Any version of operating system or any software, you will see the 10 version or 10.0, 10.1, something like that. 10.0, it will be some dot framework will be there. Let it be your operating system will be 10.0. Okay, 10 is we are calling as major number. 1 minute. Okay, so here major number is a 10 and a minor number minor number means 0. Okay, means 10.0. next version you will get a 10.1, 10.2, 10.3, 10.4. means your major numbers are not changing, your minor numbers are changing. means your minor number priority is increasing. అర్థమైందా? కొంచెం కన్ఫ్యూజ్గా ఉందా? ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఇంగ్లీష్ మూవీస్ చూస్తారనుకోండి, ఓకే, లెట్ ఇట్ బి అవేవో ఉన్నాయి కదా సూపర్ మ్యాన్ మూవీస్ 1, 2, 3, 4, లేకపోతే 1.0, 1.2, లేకపోతే జేమ్స్ బాండ్ సినిమాలన్నీ కూడా అలాగే 007 అనేది ఉంటుంది నంబర్. బట్ ఎవ్రీ ఫిల్మ్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఎక్స్టెండ్ విత్ 001, రైట్? ఏముంటుంది, ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ 001 ఇట్ విల్ బి గోయింగ్ విత్ 007 లైక్ డెస్టినేషన్, 007 సోర్స్, సంథింగ్ అట్లా నేమ్స్ ఉంటాయి. మీన్స్ దట్ ఈస్ ద డిఫరెన్షియేషన్ ఫ్యాక్టర్, రైట్? అంటే ప్రైమరీ number or major number is indicating, okay, the server will be connecting to the devices, nothing but ఏది అది లేటెస్ట్ వర్షన్. మనకి ఎప్పుడన్నా చూస్తే మనం రెడ్ హ్యాట్ వర్షన్లో కూడా చూస్తాం 10.0 అని ఉంది, చూసారా? ఓఎస్ ప్రకారము ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మనం రెడ్ హ్యాట్ది మీరు ఓఎస్ డౌన్లోడ్ చేశారు కదా, ఇక్కడ చూసుకుంటే you are seeing, right, 8.9, 8.10, 9.4, 9.5. ప్రైమరీ నెంబర్ అనేది మారట్లేదు. ఏం జరుగుతుంది, సెకండరీ నెంబర్ వస్తున్నాయి. మీన్స్ 9.5 ఇట్స్ రీసెంట్ వన్, బట్ దానికంటే లేటెస్ట్ ఏంటి 9.6. ప్రైమరీ నెంబర్ మారిందంటే అది ఇంకా రీసెంట్ వన్. కూడా పాయింట్, రైట్? సో ఇవి మనం ఏం చేస్తాము, వీఆర్ నాట్ గివింగ్ ద అప్రూవల్ ఫర్ మనకి మనము ఇచ్చుకోము. ఫస్ట్ రూట్ ఈజ్ ద ప్రైమరీ. అందుకోసమే మనం ఏం చేస్తాము, వీఆర్ మెన్షనింగ్ దట్ 0,1 ఓన్లీ. 0 ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ డెడికేటెడ్ ఫర్ రూట్, 1 ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ రూట్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత ఫస్ట్ నన్ను స్కాన్ చెయ్యి అని కెర్నల్కి అప్డేట్ చేయడం. కానీ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద కేసెస్ మనం ఏం చేస్తాము, 0,0నే ఇచ్చేస్తాం. ఎందుకంటే సమ్ టైమ్స్ ఇట్ విల్ గోయింగ్ టు బి మెస్ అప్ ద ఆర్కిటెక్చర్. until unless we are clear, we are not providing this analysis. Okay? Ashwini, you got the point or still a confusion? Let me reboot Najee. నాది కూడా స్టక్ అవుతుంది చూద్దాం.
Yes, sir.
సో కాన్సెప్ట్ అర్థమైంది, ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా?
No, sir, no doubts, sir.
So the first priority is given to root file system.
Yeah.
If it is 0,0, it is always scanning root file system only.
Yes, because always everything is a tie-up with your booting process. Your booting process, MBR, where it will be deciding that which file system I need to be taken, because of it will be taken the decision from the year only. Okay, so that is the reason most of the times people are mentioning that 0,0 or 0,1 or 0,2, like that they are mentioning.
0,1, 0,2 means after root which file system it will go for scanning.
This is the what, for example, if I mention 0,1, my file system will go. Vora will take up.
Sorry, Vora will.
Vora, for example, here 0,1 I mention means after root give the chance to me only. Okay, but most of the times in production environment it is not recommendable to give the any non-OS related file system priority, because that file system is not come up means your system will be hang situation, right? So that is the reason we are not giving those privileges. So usually we are going with the 0,0 only.
So it will disturb
your architecture, right? You are confusing. Sorry. No, your voice is breaking. Can you tell me once again? See, we have an option. If you want a means, you can do that. If you don't want means, we can go with the general format. Okay. But we need to understand that before we are doing the changes, what is the outcome also. See, Nadia, for me, it came back.
Okay, sir.
I selected the same format.
Maybe the same format. Still, it's showing like that.
Okay. So, Ashwini, you understand the topic?
Yes, Anna.
Okay. Okay, just go through it. Okay, there is a few more topics are there. I am going to cover it up. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So,
Okay.
Ashwini, you prepare for the subject. Okay. So, maybe once you are free, evening 5:30, right? A call. So
5:30.
Just go through the subject. Okay. If you have doubt, just let me know. Okay.
There is some network glitch at my end that I could not hear
Yeah,
you
yeah,
properly.
Okay, no problem. Just prepare for the subject. Okay.
Okay, okay.